Now, earlier in the morning, former Mombasa Mayor Taib Ali Taib faced the same panel in a bid to convince them to pick him as the right person to steer the electoral body. Taib outlined why he thinks he's the best man for the job. Let's listen into what he told this selection panel earlier.
Whatever answer I give must be qualified with the understanding that first and foremost we must obey the law, we must follow what Parliament has legislated, and we cannot operate outside those four corners of the law. But the greatest lesson I will learn, and anybody can see, is that it is dangerous to rely on only one system. You must have multiple methods of correlating and counter-checking and verifying the results. But even that is on the technical side. The biggest lesson I can take from the 2013 is that there must be no acrimony between the referee and the political parties. The political parties can fight, but the IEBC cannot afford to be part of those fights. We must put out a very robust communication mechanism to reach not only the political parties and its leaders, but also the general public. We must run the organization in a transparent way. You cannot afford to run an office like the IEBC while hoarding information and hoarding the mechanisms within which decision-making processes are actually conducted. Those are my humble lessons that I will take, my Lord.
Thank you. Tell me, did you know of a leader of the Soviet Union who used to be called Joseph Stalin in
Yes.
the 1940s?
I didn't know of him, but I read of him, my Lord.
You read about him?
Yes, my Lord.
Yes, yes. Now, I want to read something he said.
Yes.
He said about elections, those who vote decide nothing, but those who count the vote decide everything.
Correct.
Do you agree? And if you do, why?
Stalin said that, my Lord, during the second meeting of the Supreme Soviet, when Trotsky was planning to oust him, and he felt very bitter about the factionalization of the Supreme Soviet, and he came to that conclusion, as Machiavelli will put it quite correctly, that he didn't need to know the people who vote, but he needed to know the person who counted the votes, which meant he wanted to rig the elections, basically. That was possible, my Lord, in the context of the Soviet Union, as it was secretive, terror, application of executions as a means of governance. But it is a system that I cannot see can take root in a great republic like Kenya, where today everybody is accountable and everybody is expected to adhere to a certain code of ethics, and where the systems must be run in a transparent manner, not only under the supervision and oversight of Parliament, but under the supervision and oversight now under Section 44 of the amended Election Act of the stakeholders themselves in a committee with the elections. So I will say, my Lord, Stalin was correct in that context. But though it doesn't diminish the importance of the IEBC today, it only emphasizes that the people you as a panel choose to run this organization must be people who are credible, who are reliable, and who will deliver on the trust that you place on their hands.